the study of placenta. So placenta is formed by on fetal side by corn frondosome and maternal side deciduous bacillus. Its weight is 50 gram at term. Then the human placenta has three characters. It is discoidal, disc-like in shape, hemochorial, that is lies in contact with maternal blood. Hemo and chorial lies in contact with the maternal blood. Deciduate, that means it will shed off after delivery. Diameter is 20 centimeter, thickness is 2.5 centimeter, and up to 4 centimeters normal. If more than 4 centimeters is called placentomegaly. So in placentomegaly, diameter of placenta is not increasing, but the thickness of placenta is increasing. Then cause of placentomegaly can be, it can be high cardiac output in fetus. Like what will cause high cardiac output in fetus? Fetal anemia will cause, hydrocephalus, that is Rh negative pregnancy, twin to twin transfusion syndrome, and paravirus They all affect RBC. RBC count decrease, fetus has anemia, due to which fetus develops. Fetal has to transport oxygen, and for that he has to increase his cardiac output because the amount of total hemoglobin is decreased. Then in maternal diabetes, because the blood pressure increased due to the glucose. Then molar pregnancy. Then intrauterine infections, most common is syphilis. Then placental condition like placental dysplasia or chorioangioma, that is the tumor of placenta. Then what can cause small placenta? So small placenta is caused by uteroplacental insufficiency. In condition like PIH, that is if the somehow fetus develops increased blood pressure, then it will lead to placentomegaly. But if mother develops increased blood pressure, it will lead to small placenta, because in condition like PIH or high maternal BP, there will be less amount of vessel formed, so the placenta will be of small size. Then IUGR and question is small baby. So normal attachment to placenta is upper uterine segment, but if placenta is lying in the lower uterine segment, then if it is within less than 2 centimeter of the internal os range, then it is called low lying placenta. If it covers some part or the complete part of the internal os, then it is called placenta previa. So we don't have to check placenta, we don't have to decide this low lying or placenta previa by looking at using earlier, because in 90% of cases in first trimester the placenta is always in the lower segment of the uterus, but it migrates, which is called placental migration, and up by the third trimester it goes to upper segment of the uterus. So to decide which type of placenta is there, normal, low lying or placenta previa, the best time to do is the third trimester. Then this is the look of the maternal side of the placenta and fetal side of placenta. So what are characteristics? So fetal side is from corn frondosome. It forms a 4/5 of placenta by thickness. Then it is shiny grey in color. Then membrane and cord attached to it and attached in the center. Then maternal side is developed from deciduous bacillus. It forms 1/5 of the placenta. This is dull red maroon in color. It has polygonal lobules which are called cotyledons, which are functional of placenta. Then the iridocorbid placenta on the uterus by both maternal surface is the same. That is, the thickness of both maternal and fetal side are different. Fetal side is 4/5 in thickness and maternal side is 1/5 in thickness, but in surface area that they oppose on the uterus is same. Then let's come to formation of placenta. So first what happens is, these are trophoblasts. Then this is our sensitive trophoblast. So this is called trophoblastic shell. This is called primary villi. Then extra embryonic mesoderm grows into it, and this is called secondary villi. Then in secondary villi, spiral arteries invade and from the maternal side of placenta. Then what is tertiary villi? In tertiary villi, the fetal capillary also come. This is called tertiary villi. So maternal blood is the placenta has both type of fluid, maternal, fetus, but they are never in contact. They are separated by these structures: sensitive trophoblast, cytotrophoblast, extraembryonic mesoderm, fetal capillary, and endothelium. This is called placental membrane or placental barrier. This is done. Then fetal circulation is okay. Volume of normal. Oh, okay. So volume of maternal blood is 150 ml, and volume of fetal blood in the placenta is 350 ml. So total volume of placenta at term is 500 ml. So you can remember this also as 500 gram is the weight of the placenta at term. Then placental circulation. So uteroplacental, that is uterus to placenta. This is present in the intervillous space. Uterus to placenta is by spiral arteries. Then its volume is 150 ml as we are above. Okay, by spiral arteries. Okay. Then its flow is 750 ml per minute. In the spermatories, uterine blood flow, that is uterine arterial blood flow, is also 750 ml per minute. Now come to the fetal side. So fetoplacental, that is they are in the by the villi. This is the intervillous space. These are the villi and this is the intervillous space, and this is the part of villi itself. So fetoplacental is the part of villi. The blood here is volume of blood here is 350 ml, and the oxygenated blood is oxygenated blood by umbilical vein, that is spermatory gives oxygen blood this, and the placenta gives into umbilical vein, and the umbilical arteries bring the oxygen blood here. Okay. So fetal circulation is established by day 21 after fertilization. You can remember this as cardiac activity also starts at day 10 after fertilization. So fetal circulation starts at day 21. Then methods of placenta separation. So placenta septa is deciduate, that means it has to shed after delivery. So this occurs placenta separation in the stresses of labor, and this can placenta separation by two methods. Central separation, that is it moves from the start detaching from the center, or that is Schultz method, or peripheral separation, that is start detaching from the periphery, called Dunker method. So in this, the blood will just collect behind this placenta and start clotting, and when the placenta detaches fully, then only there will be some blood. But here the placenta will start detaching from one side and there will be continuous amount of blood. So it should, here this is here, you can see all this. Then comes to genetics. So if assume the spiral arteries, that the mother side of placenta has some kind of thrombosis, that then what will cause? It will cause a pregnancy because the fetus won't get blood. So this is prevented by the protein called annexin 5 protein. So this is the villi, this is inside the villi, the fetal artery, this is intervillous space, the metal arteries, and there is an annexin 5 protein which prevents thrombosis here, because in pregnancy the mother's blood get a hypercoagulable state. So there is a syndromical Eppler syndrome in which thrombosis is there. Why? Because there is phospholipid antibodies which oppose the action of this annexin 5 protein. Then there is no autonomic innervation of the placenta, that is vasoconstriction or vasodilation is not done by nervous system, but it is done by autocrine, endocrine and paracrine effector mediators. So what will cause vasodilation? Mainly nitric oxide, carbon monoxide, histamine, serotonin, prostaglandin and the CRH. Vasoconstriction is caused by endothelin and RAS. So in uteroplacental insufficiency, that means uterus to placenta has decreased supply. That means mother is giving less blood supply to the placenta. So it is due to preeclampsia and high BP. Then what will cause? That the vasoconstriction mediators will be increased and vasodilators will decrease. That will cause preeclampsia and high BP. So low number of blood vessel is required by the mother to give a flow to give the 750 ml per minute flow to the placenta, but the flow will be there, but the amount of blood and the amount of blood vessels to transfuse the nutrients oxygen is less. That's why this is called uteroplacental insufficiency. Then vertical transmission close placenta. So there are some barriers present in the placenta which prevent infection agent from reaching fetus, which are syncyte trophoblast, which form the villi outer part. They lack cellular junction, so every pathogen has to cross through them, so they can be killed. Then trophoblast and decidua mediated cellular responses are there. Antiviral proteins type 1 and type 3 interferon are also there, but many viruses like Treponema pallidum, Listeria and Toxoplasma, they can break this barrier and cause fatal infection. Viruses like influenza and some bacteria affect type 1 interferon and lead to infection, which will cause preterm labor. Then Zika virus, which caused a kind of epidemic of this preterm labor. Zika virus attacks the XL receptor, TIM1 receptor and tyrosin 3 receptor present on the trophoblast and the Hofbauer cells, that is placental macrophages. Then they enters placenta and knock off interferon leading to fetal infection, and it was deadly because it was causing many preterm labor. Then SARS-CoV-2 virus, that COVID-19. So COVID-19 is attached to ACE receptors by spike protein, then present in the cytoplasm and since cytoplasm enter placenta, but post entry it decreases, the vertical transmission decreases by different methods. So there were not many abortions in SARS-CoV-2 positive mothers.